Dan Galusha, host of Dan's Fishing Tales and Shooting Plink, and today we're going to be talking to you about something entirely different than shooting and fishing. It's a product. It's put out by Super Clean, and they've got a lot of different good products there. They're all cleaning products, degreasers definitely, and that's what we're going to talk about right here. It's this one is the pump sprayer, and this one is the aerosol can that they now have. There's also a foam version of it, and there's an all-wheel cleaner, which we'll be talking to you about in another video, and they've got a floor dryer. Now, these don't necessarily pertain to the shooting and fishing end of things, unless, of course, you're going to have a deep fryer or something or other like that, or there is something that you're going to be degreasing. As far as the all-wheel, yeah, you know what that is. We're going to be doing our trailers, our vehicles, especially if you got a bass boat. You know how the guys with the bass boats, we like to keep them all shiny and clean and what have you. Got other products on that. But I thought, how are we going to test this? Because the company came to me and they wanted me to test this out and talk about it a little bit. I haven't used it yet. We're going to use it the first time right here, and I've got my glasses on. For one thing, you need to wear safety glasses when you do something like this, and in some cases, depending on how you're going to be using it, you'll also be wearing gloves. Well, what we're going to do, because this is a good product, well, one of the things you use it on is a grill or different things of that sort, but this, look at this thing, how cruddy it is. I mean, it's really bad news, and it's older. That's why I'm going to use it, so we can see what happens with it. This one come out of an air fryer, and I've got another one in here that needs the same treatment if this stuff really works good on this and doesn't bother. And I thought, well, if it hurts the finish of this one, it doesn't make any difference, because this one's done, but it is cruddy enough that we're going to have something to check with. So why don't we use, I don't know, kind of like that aerosol type of stuff, but maybe we're better off using the pump at first. We'll see here. I gotta see if there's a nozzle. Yep, there is, that you adjust. It's turned to off, and this is a stream. Must be one. This is the spray right here. You adjust it there. That's what I want to see. You just turn that, like a lot of these, and it tells you spray. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to spray this little turkey, and we're going to see how it works. I'm going to move this, because I don't know where we're going to be spraying. But we're going to, and I'm going to move this one. Okay, get everything out of the way. And got to pump it up. There we go. We'll do this side too, because we got stuff over here. Now we're going to set that. Just let it sit there. I can already feel that grease coming off of there just from spraying it. I'm going to let it sit there a little bit. You don't want to let it dry. Then you're going to rinse it. But you know, in a lot of cases on something like this, I'm just wondering if it'd be pretty good to use something to scrub it with. Probably would be, definitely on a grill. Like if you got a grill grate, I could have pulled mine out on that, because it needs a little bit of cleaning too. But if this stuff really works good, then I'll go and do that. But right now, we're going to give this thing the ultimate test to see what happens. You can feel the grease. It just, yeah, but it's so caked on there that I really do think that we're going to have to get some sort of a scrub brush. And I'm not talking about the wire brushes. So let me go get that. It's going to sit here, right here. We're not going to do anything, but I want to get it before it gets dry. Okay, I'm back. The regular old scrub brush, and we'll see if this is loosening it up at all. This is really going to be tough to clean. It really is. I can see here where it's dissolving it. You'll notice that as you push it around, it's even coming off on here. And this, as I said, is very, very heavily greased. And we don't want it to dry on there, and that's what it's starting to do. The stuff's coming off. It's definitely coming off of there because it's all, here it is. You can probably see it caked here. It's taking that old stuff off. So if you, yeah, I'm just pushing it off like crazy. This is this is really eating it, without a doubt. It's eating that stuff off there. It doesn't really seem to be hurting the finish that's on it. But like I said, this was so caked, and it's probably been sitting there for about a year. That's about how long that's been doing. So let's just rinse this off. I'm going to spray it again before we do. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the aerosol. Oh, it's definitely eating it. My hands are just gummy from that stuff. Oh yeah, look at this stuff. Look at that stuff. That's what that does. I'm glad I pulled that out. And look at that. You can even see it. Look how it's eating it. Look at this. Look how brown that is. See where it's all taking that off? That's just chewing that right up. And I would say that probably this would completely clean this thing. It's just that caked on here and baked on there, and it is definitely taking this off. I don't even know if you gotta use a scrub brush with this stuff. It's starting to take it off otherwise. I'll tell you what I have used on this prior to this. To try to do this, I used a pressure washer. Could not get it off with a pressure washer. And this stuff is actually taking it off. It's all on here, as you can see. And it is getting clean up here. That's what I want to see. Right in here. It's taking all this off in here. It is really cleaning this thing up. Like I said, that's been on there for a year. But I'm going to go wash this off. And then you know what I think we're going to do? I want to see in here, because there was a bunch of stuff in here. And these holes were caked. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the hose, and we're going to wash this off. It's just turning brown, so that shows you it is taking this stuff off. So let's get the hose. It's not going to be off completely. This is going to be one of those situations where you got to rework on it, but it is taking it off, as we can see. So we're going to do that. Then I'm going to grab the actually grill, the grill area, off of my charcoal, or my gas grill, I should say. And we're gonna, oh yeah, this is brown on my hands even. I mean, it's, they say to wear gloves. Should have done it. Okay, I got the hose on the sprayer here. Didn't get it together too good, did I? You can hear it. Okay, let's spray this off. Put that down. Rinse that off. I can still feel it. It's coming loose. See how, now this is just my nail on this, and it's taking it off. Just taking it around there. I didn't spray it where I'd planned on spraying it. There's still some gunk in there, but the holes have opened up more in here. You can probably see my finger back there. That'll probably blow out of there. I didn't even do anything to the back. I didn't spray it with that foam stuff. But you can see, yes, it has not taken it all off this, but this was an extreme test. As I said, it was one that I discarded. It's been sitting there for over a year, and I'm able to take my nail, take it down there, and there you go. It's loosened that, baked on, year setting grease, and it's taking it off. So work on it a little bit more and it might work. But we're not going to mess with that right now. We're going to grab that grid, and then we're going to see what it does with that, because I just used that thing yesterday. Okay, I've picked up the grid right here. There it is there. We're going to try that, but I got something else. I mean, this might be a good test. This is the grease trap. that is at the bottom of that drilling. Now they slide out like this, and a lot of grease, because I did not clean this out the last few times. We'll just have to see. I think maybe you can see that in there. And why don't we do this one first, just for the heck of it. Okay. Now this is going to be one that we can't really get down into with anything to scrub it much, unless we got like a toothbrush or something. But we'll let that set while we spray this one. And you can see it's definitely been used. A lot of stuff here. It's reusing grease. This is the other stuff. Let's try this one. I'm going to try this one on it. Of course, you can use a wire brush. Now, what you normally do on this. So, what makes a difference? You know, use this, it'll loosen it up for you. I can see up here that it's already starting to turn a little brown. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it does seem like it's working. And I would definitely on this stuff say just because this has been baked on for a while too. I have not cleaned it all the time, and you can see up here this was already coming off prior to this, because it didn't, but you can see that it is getting it just even a little bit cleaner. And we'll rinse it off, but it's definitely taking off this stuff. Yeah, look at here. I'm holding on to this, and the stuff's running onto my hand. So it shows you, and that's without the brush. I haven't even brushed that section. And yeah, look at this. I know you're supposed to have gloves, but this shows you a lot better. It's taking that grease. That is greasier than all get up. Good thing I got a rag down here. It's turning brown. It's definitely doing its job. It is taking this down to where you don't have any of that other stuff. Even this brush, I am not having to brush that hard. I'm not having to use this. There, it's not even scraping anything because that stuff is dissolving it. Yeah, that is getting clean. Now it's going to be brown like that, you know that, and maybe with a lot of that stuff, it would eventually just make that as shiny as this, because this is definitely getting shinier down here. But that stuff, it's all over my hands. And what we're going to do, we're going to get that hose again here, and we're going to rinse it off. This is probably dried a little bit more than it should. And you see the water running, some of that water, no, look how shiny it is. Look what it did. Look at that. That was brownish color. That is now silver in this area. So if I sprayed my, and even up here, it has actually, when I sprayed that off, I got more off than what I thought, even with it, and I can feel it back here taking care of this as well. Yeah, that's just taking that right down to the original finish. So if I put a little bit more on it, and here it is here. This is where I sprayed it. It was not this shiny, and it's all starting to get shiny now. That's going to do a great job in that. I'm probably going to work more on that, but we're not going to mess around with that now. This one, though, we'll see what that does. I have not scraped it. I haven't scraped it. I wouldn't scrape this, but I haven't scrubbed it. I'm going to move this stuff around in there. I can see where it's gumming up with the grease. See how that grease is flowing downward? All that grease that's in there, it's all eating that up. This is going to go all over the place, isn't it? Let me get a can here. We're going to pour this stuff into the can before it's one of my dog's old cans. In fact, I've shot it a few times. It's an old dog food can. I use that in shooting Plink to do some shooting. Now, there we are. We got it right here. Yep, it's taking it down without a doubt. Wipe my hands off. Now we're going to shoot it with the water and see how she works. Okay. There it is. Completely clean. Look at that. It's all cleaned up. Yeah, I'm not even getting any on my head, and it's squeaky clean. Hear it? Okay, that's how well it cleaned that grease trap. As I said, I probably have not cleaned this grease trap for, oh, I don't know, maybe this season so far. I might have dumped it out something last year, but now we can dry it out with a rag, and you can see we got it. I mean, that took it right out, and I did not scrub that, as you can see. I just strictly sprayed it in there, then let it set and washed it out. So anyway, you can see that's how it works. In fact, I'm looking at this, and it just seems like it's taking more of that off. It's just getting that shiny as can be. That's, yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing a little bit more to that. And that other one, it did take some of it off, but that's going to be tough, because like I said, that's been on there. It's been baked on there. It's been setting for over a year. And I can still feel the grease maybe coming off of here just by rubbing my thumb. Right like that. Yeah, I'm getting it, still evidently eating it a little bit. But, and if you do that and you get it so that the way you want it, make sure that you really wash it good afterwards with soap and water and everything, so that you get any of the actual product off. But I'm impressed. I know that if I've got some other sort of greasy stuff that I want to clean off, this stuff is going to work. There's no doubt about it. And I'll tell you another thing. One of my other jobs is working for a conservation department. In our garage area, where our mechanic works on stuff, he's got this product sitting right in his workshop area. So for him to have it, it's got to work. So anyway, that's what I got. Like I said, a little bit different from shooting Plink and Dan's fishing tails, but it's something that also applies in a way. So until next time, get out on the water, have a great day of fishing, always shoot safe, and have a great day of plinking.